How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video. This time we're going to be talking about Quora specifically. I've been meaning to make this video for quite some time now, and I'm glad that it's finally here. Before all of you go hop in the comments and make comments, mean comments, mind you, about my socks, listen, I don't have to wear black socks. I mean, stylistically I should, but I'm in my own house. You're lucky I'm even wearing a suit. You're lucky I'm wearing even a belt. I do all this for you. You're lucky I'm even wearing clothes right now. If I had it my way... We're not going to expand on that thought, actually. Another thing before we really get started here is, I might be sipping a little bit. I'm not going to show you this on camera, of course, when I'm sipping from it. But this bottle of, Dasani. This apple water infused with Kentucky straight water again. Water is what I'm going to be sipping from today. And, I'm legally old enough to be drinking this. That's all you need to know. I just thought I'd be fair with you guys, you know. I'm having a little bit of fun. It's a Monday night. You know, my first exposure to Quora was when I was just searching for a personal question of my own. I was asking some kind of question. How difficult is it to get into the Air Force? I was interested in that at one point. The answers are always so bizarre because it feels like it's like a dick measuring competition on Quora all the time. That's why they have your credentials in the fucking bio, I guess, because they're just a bunch of... All it is old people jacking themselves off into the faces of whoever the hell's gonna listen. And there's some solid advice. There's some decent people out there trying to make a difference on Quora, and I can appreciate that. But as far as I see it, it's just like an old person Reddit, and somehow worse than Reddit. You know, I just made a fucking video about how terrible Reddit is. That's only one subreddit. I mean, Quora's fun though, because there's some people that'll just like make bot posts or whatever, where they'll be like, my infant daughter has been eaten by my dog. What do I do? And then, obviously that's some kind of a joke. You'd have to be some kind of a moron, or I guess a Quoron in this case, to think that that's real. You'd have to be pretty fucking stupid. Whatever. Regardless, they'll post some shit like that, and then they'll have like these people that are in the comments like, okay, first of all, why haven't you called the police? Why are you on Quora right now? Maybe they're just good-hearted people, you know, but I just like to think that they're idiots. Well, that's just generally, though. I like to think that I'm smarter than most people, because it makes it easier to get out of bed in the morning. Because if I'm going out and around and I feel better than most people, because I'm not like the rest of you. I'm stronger. I'm smarter. I'm better. Is this funny? Fuck. Who cares? How's it going, everybody? We're gonna be looking at some Quora posts today. Just a couple of funny ones that I'd found, and you know, I was gonna share with you guys because clearly the website is in duress. I really don't know who's using this website legitimately anymore, because a lot of these questions beg the seriousness of their answerers. So let's see. First thing we've got today. I yelled at my daughter while she was having a panic attack because she didn't want to go to the pool with me. Now she won't talk to me. Am I in the wrong? And how can I fix this? Let's just let that one marinate for a second. Okay, it's a very funny thought to have somebody having a panic attack and the first thing you do is to yell at them. You know, hey, quit freaking out! And then we got somebody answering this question genuinely. Boring. My 15-year-old daughter got a B in class today. I took her phone, laptop, TV, bedroom door, bed, pillows, and blankets away for 2 weeks. Should I have done more? That's bait. First of all, that has to be bait. I refuse to believe that that's a real thing that somebody did. Took their bed? He took their bed? I'm just a tech guy says, are you nuts? My parents were so happy when I got B's in class. How ridiculously high are your expectations? This is definitely abusive behavior. If all of this is true, you're unfit to be a parent. Nerd. Who's this fucking nerd, am I right? Fucking dweeb. My kids, I'm taking their door if they get A's. If they get A's, I'm taking their door, I'm taking their bed, and I'm saying you should do better. They're gonna be so confused. It is kind of interesting that there's this veil of confidence and maybe ignorance, this kind of trust, this kind of blind trust that we place in the internet to answer and solve our questions. Because if you think about it, it's the same as going into like a crowded room of people that you don't know and asking them for advice on your life. But for some reason, we take it to heart. I mean, maybe it's just me, but when I type something in, like, it's like, oh, is an MIS degree a good degree to get out of college? Can I make money with that? I'll find like an answer from somebody that's like, hey, I got an MIS degree and I've been divorced 3 times. What does that tell you? I don't know. It tells me that you're an asshole, but maybe it has to do with your degree. I don't know. That answer's very vague. But that's what you'll find. That's what you'll find if you ask on like Reddit or Quora. I mean, I love it. I love it. The internet's my favorite place to be and my least favorite place to be at the same time. You know, it makes me want to kill myself some days, and then other days it makes me want to kill myself. So, you know, it's a trade-off. It's like a win-win. But anyway, as I was saying about like trusting the internet and people, it's just a bit stupid. It's a bit naive. Literally is the same as just asking total strangers. Like you could get the same level of advice from somebody at like a fucking bus stop. I guess it's the idea that you can find more experts out there if you're just gonna throw a wide net and like you'll get more specialized input because it's the internet. But I don't know. It feels so weird to be asking general questions about the human experience to like a sea of people where anybody can respond with any amount of fake credentials. Like they can say whatever they want on their Quora profile. Like I love some people's credentials on there are just like, you know, lived in the USA, American for like 8 years. That's like their only credential, and then they'll be answering questions about quantum physics. Why did we drop the atom bomb on the Japanese when a land invasion could have been statistically better? That's not a real question. I'm not going to get into that. Don't argue with me in the comments. I'm not talking about that. It'll be some question like that. And then like there'll be some guy answering it where like his only credential is like worked at a Sears as a general manager for 8 years and father of 2 kids, divorced twice. Like that's his credential. I don't know why he's wearing that like a flag on his shoulder, but that's what he's told you. And he's commenting like, me personally, I don't think that the bomb should have been dropped at all. It's like, okay, clean up on aisle 5. Like, go pick up a shirt, put it back on the hanger, pal. Sears has been closed for years. You failed. The company you worked for failed. Like, what do you know about success? Why are we asking you about dropping the bomb, pal? I found my son's stuffed animals that he has had since a young child with holes in them. He is 13 and was doing things to them because I found hard spots on them with the stuffing out. What should I do? That's rough. Man, I'm so not ready to be a parent. I am so not ready to be a parent. Not at all. The answer here. I would be grateful he's just using toys and not risking getting someone pregnant. I've heard from guys about the weird objects they've used to masturbate growing up with. It's completely normal, wouldn't say anything. Be glad you don't have the issue I have with my autistic son. I have to tell him it's inappropriate to do that in front of me like every day. Just kind of threw that in there about your autistic son jacking off in front of you. I mean, what can you do in that situation? What can you do? There's not much. Dude, it's sucking me in. I'm looking at these other posts right below that one. This one's just talking about a girl who beat up another girl. I gave her a concussion, a black eye, a fractured rib, and a fractured skull because she was talking shit. That does seem like a reasonable response. You think I'm being sarcastic? That's a totally reasonable response. If someone's talking shit on your old man, fracture her skull. That's what I think. You know, that's what I'm gonna teach my children. If somebody ever makes fun of you for any reason, they say, hey, 4 eyes. What you need to do is you need to shatter their pelvis with both of your hands. You just need to grab them at the waist and go and crush until their bones are like dust. You know, that's what I'm going to teach my kids. I'm going to teach them that's the pelvic crush. I actually teach an online course. You are now about to witness something highly illegal. I don't know if this is going to be like, I really don't think this is something you're allowed to do on YouTube, is it? If it's not something you're allowed to do on YouTube, that's a goddamn sin. That's a crime against humanity. If I'm not allowed to do what I just did live on camera for audiences of potential children, that is a crime against humanity. Now I'm gonna get mad about that. As if I'm not already mad. I'm kind of like the Hulk, you know? Except I don't get like strong and like green. I just get kind of mad about things and then like just give up and then like stop being mad about them because there's nothing I can do. So I guess I'm kind of like the Hulk if he was dumb and he didn't get strong. That doesn't really sound like the Hulk. Quora is a fun site. I mean, I do like going on there and reading comments from people and things like that. It's always interesting to hear the opinions of like the less fortunate. Oh, man. I'm being mean, aren't I? No, I mean, like, it's always fun to hear the opinions of, like, the less informed. Especially when they're clashing against the opinions of the informed. That's always fun. Plus, military guys just love Quora for some reason. They also just love swinging their dicks around on there. And they love complaining, but also, like, they like being mad at people for asking about the military, but also mad at people for not respecting it. So it's an interesting kind of dynamic. It'll be some guy who's, like, corporal, Hoboken, enlisted guy who was in for, like, maybe 6 years, and he'll just go hop in the comments of every fucking post that has anything to do with the military and be like, people don't realize how fucking easy it is to be in the military today. When I was in the military, my sergeant ate my ass for breakfast every day. And then people will just be like, dude, it sounds like you were just raped. I don't think that was like a thing that everybody did. I don't think that that's like cool. I think you were just raped by your staff sergeant for months. Probably shouldn't have swigged so much. I'm kind of losing it here. If the military is paid poorly, why join it? Then this guy. I was telling you about the military, guys. They just love hopping in the comments about the military. This guy's like, who said the military paid poorly? They do. First of all, I don't know why he's throwing these pay charts here. Literally look, enlisted ranks, they pay incredibly poorly. Okay, pay grade. First like 4 years, active duty. Shoot, let's say like you start in April, 2023. Years of service, you got 4. $2,000 a month. That's not a lot of money. That does not pay well. Like what is your point you're trying to prove here, Michael Pavic? He worked at military. That's his credential. Worked at military, knows Hebrew. Okay, now which comparable civilian job gives you 100% healthcare with no deductibles? Unlimited 6 days. It's 30 years of vacation a year. All federal holidays. Pays you or provides you with meals, pays for you, provides you with housing, allows you to travel space A all over. That's true, they do have space A. Provides you with the ability to serve your country and be a true patriot, show allegiance to the United States, lifelong friends that you depend on and a better than family. Takes a young person with no experience, no training. Provides funds for college education, allows retirement, 20 years of service, regardless of your age. Yes, you've been retired. Please show me an average civilian job that compares. This guy's gotta be some kind of a recruiter. But let's be honest here, the military's not great for everybody, okay? There are plenty of people that thrive in a military environment. Don't go lying to people. Shit's not great. Military is not great. I had a friend of mine who was enlisted in the army, and they had a guy that was kicked out of their bunk because he bit a woman. Name a civilian job that pays better than that. That's what I say. Name a civilian job where you're getting bit by chicks, okay? Let's just be real here. Oh, what? Oh, God. I don't want to read that. Oh, what? Oh, what? My 13-year-old son got my 9-year-old. Oh, what? That's a troll. We're not reading that one. I don't want to read that one. That's terrible. Oh. I also like all the parenting questions on Quora. There's a lot of angry people out there, a lot of angry parents, a lot of angry children, you know, answering and asking questions about a lot of that kind of stuff. Because that's an interesting one. Because a lot of parenting is kind of like what you make it, I think, evidently, as a parent, you know, as a wise parent. God, I can't wait to look back on these videos and be so embarrassed by, like, my terrible takes. Nah, I'm gonna like it. I'll think it's funny. Nah. I'm gonna be proud of myself. I'm gonna think I'm pretty fucking cool. I'll look back fondly on myself for sure. Hell yeah. I'm already looking back right now. I'm looking back on things I said 4 minutes ago and I'm proud. I'm not kidding. You guys think I'm joking, but I'm fucking narcissistic as shit. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, there are some rules of thumb, I'm sure, to parenting that you can share, but for the majority of it, you just gotta figure it out. So it's always interesting to see Quorons hopping in the comments being like, if you feed your child salsa with chips on any occasion, he will have a mental disorder. He will stick a fork in a socket and kill himself, and that's not your fault. If you let your child on the computer for more than 1 hour a day, his brain will melt. It will physically melt and pour out of his ears. It's exactly what happened to my son Brayson, my 11th son Brayson. That's exactly what happened to Brayson. His brain melted and we lost him. This is good. I caught my 13-year-old son playing Roblox. I sent him to boarding school and revoked his bed privileges. My family calls me insane. Am I a bad parent? Not at all. Not at all. Roblox is terrible for you. You shouldn't play it at all. You shouldn't play it at all. You definitely shouldn't put it in your the description of your YouTube channel either. Your account for people to go follow. I played that game when I was 4 years old. I hope this post is just for upvotes and attention. If anyone who reads this is a parent, please don't do this to your kid. Roblox is a kid's game. He was playing a game, parentheses, literally, for 6-year-olds. So sending him to a boarding school and taking away his bed privileges? Having a bed should be a privilege. It should be a right. For playing a children's game? You are one of the worst parents I've ever seen. You don't deserve to be a parent. Muhammad C is onto something, all right? Revoked his bed privileges? What the fuck does that even mean? If this isn't bait, then I'm sorry to say that, yeah, you're insane. This can't be a real question. I've had enough. We've had enough. We've had a laugh. We've had a good time. We've seen a lot. This is a really beautiful experience, I think. And you know what? That's what it's all about at the end of the day. We had a beautiful experience. Quora's fun, though. I think that generally speaking, it's got better advice than Reddit does. But of course, it all kind of depends on the question. Quora is just like asking questions to the wind, and then sometimes the wind whispers back that, like, your children are gonna get exposed to 5G. It's a weird site. But I love it, as I love all things internet, and I've really got nothing else to say about it. I've got nothing else to say about it. I honestly probably do. If you were to press me, I'd probably have a hell of a lot more to say about it. I can go on any topic for hours and hours on end. Literally give me anything. You ask me a question about like paper clips, I could talk to you about that shit for days. 4 days. Regardless, I think I'm done. I don't think I've got anything else to say. Standing on the edge of the crater. I don't know the rest of the song. It's a good song. That's from Metal Gear Solid 4 that I like a lot.